everybody, it's Christy at Details and Me, and today we are going to do a little bit of a science experiment, okay? I don't know about you, but I love me some science. I love to get down to the nitty-gritty factual information by looking at real data. Data, I say tomato, you say tomato. Is it data? Data. Why do I always do that? It doesn't matter. Anyway, we're gonna look at some real hard factual evidence today to hopefully bust a myth, because I do think it's a myth, and here is the myth. Does rinseless solution soften water? This might become a little bit controversial in the comments, and I'm fully expecting that. Let's please keep it positive and always friendly, guys. In my opinion, it does not. However, I always thought it did until I did some testing of my own. Now, I've seen a lot of people and I've read a lot of comments of people who say, and I've seen video of people who will also show and say that rinseless softens water, that people will put rinseless, for instance, if they're a mobile detailer, into their water tank, or they'll put rinseless solution in whatever kind of, DI situation they have going at home to soften their water, because people think that that will lessen or decrease the amount of minerals that are in the water, therefore lessen the amount of the hard water, creating a lower TDS, right, rather than a high TDS. Now, we're going to test this today very specifically and matter-of-factly, and I'm going to use 6 different rinseless solutions in order to do that. So let's get ready and let's get going so that we can figure out, is this myth or is it fact? I don't know. We're gonna see. Stay tuned. Okay, so now each of my buckets are filled with a gallon or 4 quarts of water. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test the TDS of these buckets, and we're going to see how hard my water is off the bat. So here we go. Okay, so here is my TDS meter here. I got this off of Amazon. It's actually a very nifty little tool. It cost me like 20 bucks. I'll put the link in the description below. This is a great tool to have. So let's test my water in each of these buckets, and let's see what we got here. You simply turn it on by pushing the on button. You will stick it in the water for 5 seconds, and then you will see what your TDS is. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my TDS is, oh, try again, it already cleared. That's the one thing I don't like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you can see, that water is 86. Okay, let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 80, oh, it keeps clearing. There's a way to hold it, but I can't do that, sorry, and hold the phone. So if you can see, there's 86 again. Let's try this water. Gosh, you can tell that there is guck in my hose, like dirt, because there's already dirt particles. That was more than 5 seconds, but that was also 86. 1, 2, 3, there's 86, if you can see closely. 86. One more time. This one says 85. There might have been, I'm not sure, 85. So 85, 86. So I already do not have a high TDS. This isn't the swamp here in Louisiana. I think JTC said he has like 600 or something. So there's only 86 TDS here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, if you can see with my science experiment here, I'm going to make my water have higher TDS by adding minerals. And the minerals I'm going to add today are magnesium. So I have caplets here that I'm going to open up, and I'm going to put in each of these glasses of water. So let's get to our experiment. Okay guys, so let's get to cooking. What I'm going to do here is, again, I have 6 different rinseless solutions here. I have Absolute from PNS. I have DIY V2 from DIY. I have RRW from Koshimi, KCX. I have Armor Detail Supply ADS's solution here called Hero. We have Phoenix, EOD's new version, thanks to Aaron for giving us a V3. I've heard this is killer. Have not tried it yet. This is a brand new bottle. And then of course we have McKee's N914. When I first started rinseless washing, before I knew anything about these other great brands, actually first started with Absolute and McKee's. These are both my second bottles of both of these. I think that all of these brands have a great solution, a great rinseless wash. But after discovering these brands, I come to these four in the middle now more than Absolute and McKee's. Not saying that these aren't good rinseless washes. So many people live by these two, but these four, I kind of go in between because I think these are all amazing. V2 from DIY, if you have not tried it, use Chris 10 to save yourself some change. Shameless little plug there, I know. But this is a great solution, extra slickness. This feels so good against the paint and with the sponge. It's amazing. You already thought V1 was great, and you're right, because it is. V2 is even better, but you can't go wrong with RW, with Hero. We're gonna see what this feels like. I have not used it yet, but I've heard it's a banger. So here's what we're gonna do. All of these rinseless solutions have a dilution rate of 256:1. So that is 1 ounce per every 2 gallons of water. So since there is only 1 gallon or 4 quarts of water in each of these buckets, we're only going to use ½ an ounce, and that will give us then a proper dilution rate. So what I'm going to do is I have my trusty cup here. 30 mils is 1 ounce. So we're going to fill this to 15 ounces for ½ an ounce. I'm going to make a rinseless solution in each of these buckets. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 8 ounces of that rinseless solution to start in a cup. We're going to add some magnesium to our cup to make our water more mineralized, so I can see if I can higher my TDS, since most TDS out there is higher than 86, which is still high, but it's not bad. That's a better TDS than I've heard most is. I know there are lots of people, again, like JTC, who have 600. I've heard 400, 500. I've heard some even have like 900 TDS, which is insane. So we're gonna try to make my TDS a little bit higher by adding those minerals. This is a mineral, magnesium. Remember, what you put in your body is really the same as what's in our dirt. I think there's like 18 minerals in our dirt that are the same as the 18 minerals that our body best functions by. And when I say dirt, I just mean 18 minerals that are natural to our earth. So, kind of cool. There's a little science fact for you. So here we go. We're gonna start with Absolute. Now, the one thing about Absolute, this is a complete polymer-based rinseless. You cannot shake this bottle because you will get chunks. Now, I've already made that mistake because I am so used to shaking my chemicals, right? That I shook this and it got a little chunky. It is a chunky monkey. Smell test. Coconuts. This always reminds me, like if I'm on the beach and I'm tanning, the oil that I use, that's what this is. That's what that smells like, and it's not a bad smell. But this is definitely more of a chunky rinseless solution. I don't think that makes it bad. It's just different. It's just different. So here are my 15 milliliters. I'm going to dump it into my bucket and kind of give it a little swirl there. Let that hang out, and you have to mix this one a little more again because it's just a little bit thicker. Okay, we're gonna now go to our DIY or V2, and you know what, my DIY here, so we're going to do again 15 milliliters. Oh, the smell test, I didn't even have to put my nose to it. That apple scent, it's amazing. Oh my gosh, I could smell that all day. That smells amazing. Oh, it's so good. That's so good. All right, next. And by the way, V2 is a hybrid. So this is a surfactant and polymer based, if I'm not mistaken. You can always tell there's surfactants if you shake it and you see those bubbles at the top. And it is a special kind of surfactant Ivan, please correct me if I'm wrong, but a special kind of surfactant that makes it better than V1. It gives you more lubricity, more slickness. It's a sick product, yes. Slickness against the paint. Okay, then we have here our RW from Koshimi. I never really liked the smell of this. I can't really tell you what it smells like. It smells like, I don't know. I can't even tell you what it smells like, to be honest with you. If anybody knows, let me know if there's a specific scent. I don't know. It smells like, I don't know, like a medicine, like chalky medicine or something. I can't put my nose on it. That's my least favorite scent. It works great, but I don't like the scent. Then we have Hero from ADS. This is an amazing rinseless, and oh, the smell. I don't remember. I think it's strawberries. It smells like strawberries and cream. I used to eat these lollipops when I was little. They were big, round lollipops, and the flavor was strawberries and cream. And this is, it makes me so nostalgic. It takes me back. Oh, I could smell that one. It's almost like a pink starburst. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, look it. I got so enthralled in the scent. I didn't even measure out 15 milliliters. Here we go, 15. Add this to our bucket here to make our fourth rinseless solution. Oops, now we got Hydra. So again, this is V3. Thank you, Erin, for doing another version. And I've heard that this is amazing. Oh, the smell is amazing too. You know what that smells like? Smells like a popsicle. Have you ever had like the red, white and blue rocket pops? Oh, I could drink that. I won't, but I could. Oh, that's amazing. So here we go, our fifth bucket. And again, you guys, what Rinseless does, it encapsulates that dirt. It emulsifies it, it traps it, and it's polymers, and then the surfactants is what cleans it. Oops. Better than a soap? I don't know. But does it work wonderfully? Rinseless is king. And our last one, again, this is one of the first rinseless solutions that I ever knew of. I enjoy the smell. It's just like a clean smell to me. I can't really, again, put my finger on it. It has a little bit of a sweet scent, but it just smells, I don't know, sweet and clean. I do enjoy it. It is a beautiful scent. And I do enjoy McKee's Rinseless. So many people don't talk about McKee's anymore because we have these other great options, but I still think McKee's is great. I don't know, maybe it's just me. So here we go with our 6th bucket of solution. Okay, so now that all of those are mixed, we're gonna come in and we're going to test the TDS. We're going to see if adding those solutions to the water, the rinseless, or making a solution with the rinseless, sorry, did anything for our TDS. Now remember, the myth here is that rinseless softens water. The myth here is we've had a lot of people in this industry say that they use rinseless in their water tanks or in their buckets in order to stop water spots from happening. Is that really the case? Can rinseless solution really soften water enough to where it gets rid of minerals completely? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Okay guys, so before we add the minerals to our cups of solution, let's go ahead and test this water just with the rinseless added, and let's see if it's done anything for our TDS. So remember, our TDS was at 86. Let's look here. And it made it 85. So it went down by 1. Let's try again here. And it went down by 1. Interesting, let's keep going. And it went down by 1. Again, 85. Oh, that is interesting. This one went up to 90. So Phoenix EOD made it go up to 90. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, let's try that again. Bring it back to 0. And look at that. McKee's took it up to 104. Huh. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here. That's really strange. Hi, son. I'm going to go back over here. Let's try this again. This is absolute, 85. This is DIY, 86, 85. There's the 85. Okay, here is RRW, 85. Here is Hero, 85. All right, here's Phoenix. Look at that. Phoenix went up to 90. And here is N914, went up to 104. Huh, that is interesting. If you know why that happened, you guys, please drop it in the comments and let me know. I have no idea. So we have Phoenix and we have N914 that increased the TDS. That's crazy. All right, let's now take our rinseless solutions and let's put 8 ounces into each of these cups. We will then put the magnesium in there to see if that made a difference. Here we go. So as I was thinking about what I said in the last clip, I realized that I said it entirely wrong. So I am not going to put the rinseless solutions in the cup of water. I'm first going to put just water from the tap. And then what I will do is I will add the magnesium pill to see if I could heighten the TDS of my water. Now we already saw that my water was 86, and each of these brought it down to 85, so brought it down by 1, except for Phoenix and McKee's. I'm not sure why, but it definitely took it up to 90 for Phoenix and 104 to McKee's. You saw that I tested that twice. So I'm not sure what that states there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep maybe testing that just to see. There wasn't anything in the bucket. They were all the same, clean. I literally just got them from Home Depot, unless there was some kind of residue from something in it that caused it to, I don't know. You never know. So I don't know if that's a fluke. I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of trying to process that information in my head. So these are 16-ounce glasses. I'm just going to fill them about halfway, and I'm not going to be super precise about it, but I'm going to fill each of these cups halfway. Let me set them here. Again, I'm not going to be super precise, but they're 16-ounce cups, so I was doing about 8 ounces. I don't know if that's less scientific of me and if I'm going to regret not measuring the 8 ounces. Maybe I will. I don't know. But let's go ahead and break open these minerals. So this is magnesium. Again, minerals are what should cause, let's see if I can get this open here without making a huge mess. Or actually, let's see if I can just pull it apart. There we go. Okay, so I'm putting a whole tab. That was easy to break apart. Oh. There we go. Gosh, I feel like, what's that show? Breaking Bad here? I actually really love that show. Oops, just dropped my stick there. Alright, so let's see if this made our TDS any higher. Again, most people have a higher TDSs to start, so I'm just trying to be fair in my testing. I know mine is rather low already, so. Doesn't dissolve the best, I can tell already. In fact, it's having a hard time dissolving at all. I wonder if that's what's happening in our bodies. That might not be a good thing if these don't dissolve, right? Wouldn't that be bad for your gut? And I take these. Maybe I should stop. I take these. I've heard it's good for you. But I guess you can't believe everything you hear. Somebody tell me, like, magnesium, it's supposed to be good for you. Isn't that a mineral that, especially women, middle-aged? I can't believe I just called myself middle-aged. Ew. God, that was awful. Oh my God, that was awful. Forgive me for saying that. Okay, again. Making a mess here. Maybe I should have done warm water? Because this is literally sitting on top of the water. Like, completely. I don't know. Let's see anyway. This is just an experiment, right? Not all experiments go as planned, right? I mean, I don't know. Let's try this. So I'm at 0. Oh, this worked. This works. Let me bring it closer so you can see. Okay, so here are the minerals I added to McKee's. And look at that, it brought it up to 507. Okay, so all of this water, 491. Okay. Oh, look, it's still climbing. Okay, about 430, we'll say. I'm gonna have to really clean this. 485. So in the mid to high 400s for all of these, which again is where a lot of your TDSs are. So let me rinse that off with water. So now my TDS just in this water, just rinsing off, you know, of course I didn't add anything to it, but it's going up there too. So this definitely is working. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take, this is my kid's little dropper for medicine here. I'm going to take 1 milliliter, which is the same as 1 cc per these 8 ounces here. And I'm going to see if this rinseless solution is going to do anything to soften that high TDS water there. So let's see what we got. Okay guys, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 milliliter per these glasses of water of the rinseless solution. So here we go, there's 1, which was McKee's. There's Phoenix. Do I have it right? Yes, there's Hero. I'm missing a cup, aren't I? So I made this one Hero. That's okay, we'll get it. We'll get it. And here is RRW. Here's DIY. Let me get my solution here. I don't know what happened. I might have messed up. That's okay. All in the name of science. I think I did a cup twice. Maybe, but I don't think so. I'm not sure. Too much going on here. Again, this is why I became an English teacher. So here we go. Let's go ahead and test this TDS just to make it fair. Yep, this is bringing it up to the high 400s as well. Okay. So let's add our absolute. And let's use the other side of the stick and just give it a little stir. And again, I'll kind of wash it off in that water here. Okay, DIY. Let's go and test this again. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with absolute. We have 0 here. Okay, so that's 511. Bring it down to 0. 525. This has done nothing, you guys. Bringing it back to 0. This has done nothing. I'm not even keeping track of the numbers because at the end of the day, it just proves already that Rinseless does not soften water. So that's at 1, probably because, oh, there it goes, back to 0. Rinseless does not soften water. These numbers are higher than they were when I first, they're higher. Back to 0. That's really high. Okay. So one more test. I'm going to put a little more rinseless solution. In fact, I'm going to put half an ounce of rinseless solution inside these cups and see if adding more makes any difference, and then we'll come to our conclusion. So I'm going to add, let's just have some fun. I'm going to add an ounce to each of these. Because I think that the misnomer is that the more rinseless we add, I don't know, maybe the more it would soften water. So let's just oversaturate it, which is never good. I already know this is not going to give us great results, but just, you know, the way people think. A lot of people think more is better, and that's not the case. Hardly ever. Well, unless we're talking about, well, never mind. I'm being a little facetious there. All right, let's give it a mix once again. Mix. I don't know if me even rinsing this off is going to make a difference anymore. I'm sure I've contaminated a little bit here, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. All right. Okay, here we go. One last time. We added an ounce this time. Remember, we were in the low 500s. We started first with the mid to high 400s. Then it actually took us to 500, the low 500s. Let's see where we are now. So here's absolute. This is after adding another ounce, which is not by any means a scientific calculation. I'm just playing now. So 542 for absolute. We're at 0. Oh, look at that, even higher. Let's let it. So again, I think it's because I have solution on my meter. It is. Let's get it back down to 0 just to be fair. And again, higher. That was at 0. So Hero, noticeably, even though it's still high, didn't jump like the other ones did. But look at that, all of the other ones. Let's rinse to get back to 0. Have significantly jumped. That one jumped the highest. So let's talk. All right, guys, so I feel confident enough in saying that rinseless solution does not, and I repeat, does not soften water. We know that I started here with TDS of about 86. I added rinseless solution and it actually increased by 1 in most of these, except for these last 2 where it increased a little bit more than that. I added magnesium because magnesium is an example of minerals in water. I put that magnesium in about 8 ounces of water. I then added about a milliliter of each rinseless solution, trying to be as scientific as I could based on the dilution ratios. That actually increased the TDS. I then added an ounce, which was nowhere near any type of scientific, rate per dilution, but I just wanted to see what even more rinseless would do. Would that help it? Would it benefit it at all, it at all? So when I added an ounce, you saw that it still rose the TDS. So if rinseless solution was meant to soften water, those TDS numbers would have been lower. Would have taken my 86 down to, less than, not greater than. So yeah, I believe it's a myth, absolutely. Those of you that like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. If you feel like I made a mistake, please let me know in the comment section. Again, I'm no scientist. I really did this just to have fun, but I'm here for any feedback and I am willing to do this test again if you think that I did not give it a fair run. Again, give me your suggestions and thank you for watching. Bye.